Here's another example of a way to model algebra using strip diagrams. So not a very straight line, sorry about that. But on this side, I'm gonna do the algebra for this problem. And on this side, I'm gonna do the strip diagrams. Okay. So this is our problem here. First of all, we've got Allie, Barbara, and Carson, and they're going to divide $440 among themselves. So here are our relationships. Let's start with Barbara. So we've got Barbara gets 2 times as much as Allie. So here is Barbara, and we're gonna divide that into 2 pieces. This is Barbara's part. And now we're gonna show Allie's part is one of those 2 pieces because Barbara gets 2 times as much as Allie, right? So really, I'm gonna take my red line and divide Barbara's piece in half to show that Barbara has 2 times as much as Allie. All right, now we go to Carson. I'm gonna make Carson purple. And Carson gets 1/3 as much as Barbara. Oh my goodness, Barbara's already divided in half. How are we gonna represent 1/3? Well, I'm gonna do this horizontally here, and I'm gonna divide Barbara into 3 pieces, and I'm gonna show that Carson gets 1 of those pieces. Okay, so now we have to relate them all to our strip diagram of $440. So here's our big strip diagram. Okay, so we're noticing here that Barbara is getting 6 pieces. So here I'm going to show 6 pieces about the same size. You're going to have to use your imagination here, guys, a little bit with me. Let me redo this really quickly. Sorry. Sometimes math is about trying things and modifying, right? So I'm going to show 6 pieces that belong to Barbara. So I'm going to color them in green. Barbara gets 6 pieces of this $440. So since Barbara gets 2 times as much as Allie, now Allie gets 3 pieces. Oops, we're going to have to add on to this to show Carson. And Carson gets 1/3 as much as, let me color in Allie's pieces. Allie, right? Because Allie has, Barbara gets 2 times as much as Allie. And then Carson gets 1/3 as much as Barbara does. So since Barbara has 6 pieces, Carson gets 2. Sorry, this is going off the page a little bit, but there's Carson and Carson. So back to our, this whole piece now with all these pieces represents our $440. Okay, so how many pieces did we end up with? We ended up with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces. 11 pieces. And so we're going to divide our $440 evenly among those 11 pieces. All right, so if we divide 440 by 11, we get $44. Is that right? 44 times 11 is 440. So each piece is worth $44. Now we have to see how much each person gets. So Barbara's got 6 pieces, each worth $44. 44 times 6 is 24, and 24 plus 2, 26, 264. So Barbara gets $264. Allie now gets 3 pieces, or half as much as Barbara. So we could do this either way and see if we get the same answer, but we could do 44 times 3, 12, 13, 132, which actually happens to be half of 264. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we can check it either way. And then Carson gets 2 pieces that are $44 each. And 2 times 44 is $88. Let's just check and see if 264 divided by 3, because he's getting 1/3, should be 88. So let's see. So we can do that. 8 times 3 is 24. And 8 times 3 is 24. We get 88. Good job, Dr. Kelly. Okay, so now let's see how the algebra looks for that. Okay, and see if we can relate that to our strip diagram. So here I like to use variables that represent the people's names. So Allie is going to be A, Barbara is going to be B, and Carson is going to be C. So let's relate them. Barbara gets 2 times as much as Allie. Another way of saying that is that Allie gets half as much as Barbara. They mean the same thing. Okay? And then Carson gets 1/3 as much as Barbara. And then if we total them all up, A plus B plus C, we better get $440. So now we have to get our algebra equation to be all one variable so that we can solve it, right? So we can substitute A is 1/2 of Barbara plus Carson is 1/3 of Barbara. And that all has to be $440. So now we can add up all our B's. Well, we first have to get common denominators. So I'm going to change 1/2 into 3/6 B. And I'm going to change this into 6/6. Remember, we have an invisible 1 in front of the B there. And then I'm going to change this into 2/6 B. If you have trouble converting fractions, you may want to do some review about equivalent fractions and finding common denominators. But basically what I'm going to do here is add 3/6 plus 6/6 plus 2/6, and I get 11 sixths times b equals 440. All right, so I am going to, now I have all these pieces, and now you can see where my 11 came from over here. So I am going to do some algebra here and divide both sides by 11 sixths. Divide by 11 sixths. If you remember that dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying times its reciprocal, 6/11ths, we are going to find that if we simplify this, 11 goes into 440, 44 times. 44 times 6, so our B is 44 times 6, which we did over here on this side, and we get $264, and that's how much Barbara gets. And then we could figure out the other ones, but I think you can see the connection between the strip diagram. Hopefully you can see the connection between the strip diagram and the algebra.